Alright, hello everybody, I am Shin, and we are back in Factorio after a few days off. Not sure exactly where we left off. I know we are looking to do some outposting. It looks like we're pretty short on coal, so that will probably be where we start. So let's see where we have some coal. 1.5 million down there. 61 million all the way up there. 64, 122, and 117. 84 over there. So we got a couple options. 29 million over there. I think I start coming down with this to go around. I don't know whether I'm going to go around here or around here. This almost seems too small. When we zoom all the way out, we're not really covering a whole lot of space. But bunch of oil down there. I almost really want to come all the way down here. I put this in here, but I think I want to bring this down to here and come down here. I think that'll be better. So let's start with that. First things first, what are we requesting? Don't need any of this stuff. Throw all this stuff in a box. Alright, that should give us plenty of room because I need a whole bunch of tracks. I don't know how many I can carry, but we're going to try to carry them all. I don't know where I just threw that. Well, up there. I don't want it up there. Load up on tracks. I need stone, too. The stone's looking pretty thin. Oh, I guess they took it. I don't know. That should be like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have enough room for 5K. We'll hope. Alright, I think we got them all. Try not to run into rocks. Guess we just gotta watch for some trains coming down this line. Alright. So, do we have... we do. Alright. Where... I'm gonna try to line up the... there we go. Now, of course, that's not gonna... that turn's not gonna be signaled properly, but I'm not gonna leave it there. Eventually, it'll come out. So we'll bring this down to the edge over here. Hopefully I don't end up needing any landfill. I didn't bring any with me. Ooh, we just made it too. So where are we and where do we want to go? We want to go further. Do I want to miss that copper or do I want to just go through that copper? I don't know. So, we are planning for 5K a minute. That's going to require a whole heck of a lot of smelting. And I was just kind of thinking about that a little while ago. That's a lot of smelting. Alright. Zoom out so we can get our position right. There we go. I hate when the robots are so slow. We are doing a lot. I mean, we're doing 4 lanes of track. My first base with 4 lanes of track. I usually use 2. I managed to get to just about 4K, kind of semi-reliably last time, with 2 lines. So I'm thinking that, since that was one of the problems, that the 4 lanes will alleviate that a little bit. Hoping anyway. I guess we're going past that copper patch. Oh, we might be too far now. God. Maybe we should come to here. Maybe that's the way we should do it. Come to there and build up. Alright, let's do that. So let's go down to where that water edge is, and we will build upwards. But I think I'd like to miss that copper. I'm probably going to not use it. 32 million. We got a lot out further. 32 million is a decent sized patch, but we have plenty of other ones. I don't think it's going to be a concern. So I'm just going to not worry about it. And I'm stuck in freaking trees. Alright, so we're going to build up from the edge of this water right here, so we meet up with those tracks where we want. I am going to just build over that copper patch. Kind of hate to do it, but I just don't feel like waiting to build the tracks. I feel like that's kind of preventing me from doing other things. So I don't need those. I need up and down tracks. So that's 4-way to turn. I guess I gotta go into the blueprint book. Let's see, trains, 4 ways. I don't remember what book I was using. Maybe this one. Hopefully this one. I think this is the leading edge. Come down here and start at the end of it. Where'd that go? Alright. Pretty thick trees right here. Still seem to have plenty of rails if I can get through these trees. Alright, one more segment down, a few more to go. Alright, we're just about there, so let's look at our curves. It's 2 lanes. I think this is the wrong direction. No, we're okay. Alright, so I make sure this lines up, right? Now, did we line it up right? No, let's just try right there. Can't see a damn thing with all these trees in the way anyway. Alright. Get rid of the tracks that we don't need. Alright. Alright, and then we'll get rid of these tracks that I laid over here. Might as well save them for something else. And then we'll go back down to the bottom, I guess. I guess we don't need all these either. Get these taken out. Alright. Definitely have a few extra poles up here. But I don't know if taking them out is the right thing to do, because there is the different blueprints. I didn't line them up perfectly, so we'll worry about that a little later anyway. Alright. How much track do we got left? Enough. Oh, come on. Really? Alright, so come down here, we'll go south of those lakes, and hopefully be able to complete our loop. Not with what we have on in our bags right now, but oh shit, we got a long way to go to get down below that, don't we? We're going to wind up going through that iron ore patch too. don't like that idea as much as I didn't like this. I don't like this one here more. Alright, well, I'm just going to go with it. So if you're just tuning in, we are in the process of upgrading our bus to a bot-based outpost system, and we're creating basically a train loop for the trains to go around the base, around the interior of the base, and we're using obviously a 4-lane system, so that we have plenty of rails, plenty of paths for our trains to get through on, because I was thinking about it. If we're going to do somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 to 14 iron smelters, right, and we're going to do somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 steel smelters. These are arrays, not just, you know, furnaces, obviously. And at least probably 2, perhaps 3 to 4 gears. That's going to be, what, 14, call it 21, 24-ish smelters that are going to need ore. That's going to be probably 100, somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 ore trains just for iron and steel smelting. So that is a lot of freaking trains on these tracks. And with the plan of doing 3-headed 10-carriage trains, they're big trains too, so they're not going to just take up, it's like you got 100 little 1x1s running around. These are big trains, they take up a lot of space. So I think I'm going to need every bit of this 4-lane loop around the base. I don't think this is being overbuilt at all. So the goal here, in case you're just getting in, is to build up to a 5K per minute science base. So that requires, I guess the best way to express it is a shit ton. That would be the official nomenclature for what we need. And definitely the biggest base I've done, and I hope that this is going to wind up being enough. Alright, so I got more freaking water over here. I can swear I generated this map with like rare water and very small and all that stuff, but apparently not, because they're freaking everywhere. This is really annoying. Because so far I haven't really found, like I was just talking about, needing somewhere in the vicinity of like 24 to 28 smelting arrays for iron, steel, and gears. And so far I really have not found a good location for that. I mean, there's freaking water all in the middle of here, unless I just landfill all that. But that, I mean, that's a pretty big lake, though. That's a lot of landfill. But obviously this is going to come out. I decided to go out further and come down here. And I'm going to come around. I'm going to come around this way. I guess the plan is to come out to here. So I got to come across down here somewhere, over to about here, and then up. So that's going to be the loop, but with all this freaking water in the middle, it's still, even with that huge loop, it doesn't even leave us all that much space to put anything. Alright, where am I going? I gotta go around this lake. Maybe I should grab some landfill while I'm up there and start filling some of these freaking lakes in. Jesus Christ. I mean, between these, am I going between these two? Is that what I was just saying? No. Okay, so I'm going further. I'm going out. No? Yeah, okay. I was going to say, because even just going between those two lakes is not exactly a lot of space for a 4-lane rail. And what, I'm wondering if my settings were screwed up, because I had biters on. I haven't seen a single freaking biter. There's like none. I had them on low. There shouldn't be many, but I should have seen something by now. I wonder if I could change my settings mid-play. I don't know if I can do that or not. I would imagine, even if I was able to do that, it wouldn't affect what I've already, like, explored, right? I don't know. I am a little frustrated, though, with the amount of lakes and how big I want to make this base makes that that much harder. And like I said, I thought I had some biters on, just not many, but something. So I'm gonna go empty my packs of all this wood, grab some more tracks, and I guess I'm gonna grab some landfill to start filling in this thing. So I really want to get some kind of iron smelting going, just to feel like I've made progress, because I kind of feel like lately I've been kind of running in circles. Like, I know I haven't, like, I know I've been building stuff and doing stuff, but I guess I need that, I don't know, I don't even know what to call it, but checkpoint, I guess, maybe like a checkpoint to show myself, all right, look, you made progress. All right, I'll let my bots do their thing here. Alright, and I want some landfill too, so let me knock this down to like 4K so I have more pack space. I think I was making landfill. Pretty sure I was. Landfill. I don't know. I'll just do 1,000 landfill for now. I think I'm just going to fill in some of those little holes in the map in the middle there, because I'm really thinking that's where all that iron smelting is going to be. And I'm kind of looking ahead to that stacker is going to be massive, man. Oh my goodness. If I'm talking about having somewhere in the vicinity of 25 smelting arrays for iron, steel, and gears between them. That means, I mean, I'm going to have a minimum of parking for, let's see, 25, 50 trains, minimum parking. I mean, really, I mean, that's only 3 trains per smelter. So I usually build, I'm trying to think what I usually build. I usually build arrays of 4, and then I have 10 parking. So there's 14 trains. So 14 into 4 doesn't go evenly. It's like 3.5. So I usually have like 3.5 trains per, I guess, somewhere in that vicinity. So if I'm usually have 3.5, if I do 3, I guess as long as they're not really long distances to get to the outposts, it wouldn't be all that bad. All right, so what I want to do is over here on the mini map, like I want to fill in this little junk here first, and kind of work my way to the bigger stuff. Should I go down here? We'll do down here. I'll probably use up all my freaking landfill just right in this little spot. Freaking landfill does not last very long for sure. Alright, so that's that taken care of. How much do I got left? Psh, not much. 300? Really? So 700 freaking landfill just for that little tiny spot. There we go, all done. Sure as hell doesn't last long. I'll grab one more load of, I'll try to put 2,000 in my bag. Hopefully we have it on the base somewhere. And, at least do one more load. But then I think I want to get all the tracks done, but I don't know, it's kind of boring. I could do that, like, offline. So I might plant down all the blueprints for the, let's do that. Let's get all these tracks out of here. We'll just keep 1,000. And I'll go up to 4,000 for that. I don't know if I have that many, but get a little closer to where they're coming from. And they're not going to take my tracks, are they? I got to put them in a box. If you guys have any questions or comments, I'll be happy to answer anything you care to ask, if I can anyway. We're trying to get to a 5K base, 5,000 science, 5 of each science, with 5 rockets per minute. We're nowhere even close yet. We're still on the bus, trying to get off the bus. And so what I'm trying to do is figure out where in the heck I can build all these smelters that I need. With all these lakes everywhere. So what I'm trying to do, my goal, I guess, is to have all these smelters in one place. So I've always in the past had, one place where I do iron, and I'll usually build like 4 or 5 of those iron smelting arrays in one location. And, yeah, I definitely don't have 4K here, so I guess I didn't have that made in the base. And I think with my current amount of freaking stone coming in, it's going to be a while before I have more. So, let's see. Yeah. Anyway, so what I'm going to do instead of, and then in another location I would have, you know, I'd have all my iron in one location, and then in some other location I have all my gears, and in the third location I have all my steel. What I want to do this time is I want to have one location, and I'll tell you the reason here in just a second. So instead of having 5 iron over there in position A, and 5 steel in position B, I want to have all of my iron, steel, and gear smelting all in one spot. And so the reason behind that is because what I'm looking to do, what I hope to do, is to just basically name all of, instead of having like steel ore drop off, and iron ore drop off, and gears iron drop off, I'm just going to have iron ore drop off. And if I have all of my arrays for my gears, for my steel, for my iron, all in one massive stacker, right, I don't have to have different sets of trains for each. I can have all of them in one spot, parking in one spot. So I guess I'm hoping that overall it'll be easier because I'm not spreading out my train resources. What I guess the danger then becomes is that I overburden my rail system and I have too much traffic for anything to do anything with. But I mean, I had too much traffic for anything to happen last time too, and I figured out a way, so I'm hoping that's not going to be an issue. But I mean, if I'm being reasonable with myself, it probably will be. You know? There we go. No more landfill. That's what I mean. This landfill does not go far at all. It just goes ridiculously fast. Alright, so I don't have all that many tracks on me, but what I'm going to do is I am going to tear up that whole 4-way intersection that I plopped down. Because I don't want it there. So we'll use all this track. Honestly, maybe I should build a stacker. I've never built a stacker capable of holding, like, I don't know what I just said, like 75-ish trains. That's a freaking huge stacker. I don't even know where to start with that. So what I was kind of thinking was, being that this whole thing is going to be a loop, right? We're going to have this thing coming down this way, and this thing's going to come down this way. So if I build kind of the stacker in here, like kind of where I'm standing, no, it's going to have to be higher. Like if I build the stacker here, and then build the array like here, it's the only place I really see enough room. I could bring trains in from kind of both sides, have multiple entrance ways, so they would use the one closest to their outpost, you know, and I have to do that on the exits too, but I can have some of them coming in like over here from, you know, from this side of the map, and then I could have some of them coming in from over here or from up here at the least, that are going to these outposts out here. And then potentially have some coming in from the bottom that are coming down to these outposts. So I don't know if that's really feasible, but that's kind of what I was thinking. That's the plan. Whether that actually works, I don't know. But I think that's what I'm going to give a shot with. I gotta watch my inventory here too. I hate getting filled with inventory and then I have bots that can't land. Alright. So, I don't know. I mean, have you ever built a stacker that can hold 75 trains? How many lanes do I need? Even if I put 2 in each. Let's just go with an even number. Let's go with 80. If it's going to hold 80 trains, and I do it, let's say 2 deep, that means 40 lanes of train. Wow, that's a lot, man. I don't know. I don't know what I got myself into here. I sure as heck I've never seen a blueprint that big, so definitely have to build it from scratch. And I don't even know how much space that's going to need. I mean, that's going to need a lot of real estate. So I'm a little concerned with that, obviously, because I guess I'm a little worried. Maybe I've bitten off more than I can chew here. Maybe my goals exceed what I'm capable of doing. Especially with this map. I mean, this water is not helping at all. At all. Sorry about that. I hit the mic. But I think I'll figure it out. I mean, I don't know. It might take multiple iterations. Might wind up building it 5 times before I get it right. Wouldn't be the first time that's happened. I don't know. Maybe I could plop it down anywhere, right? Maybe I could do it 3 deep. We gotta look at that. So 3, 10, 3. So it's 39 train cars long. I'm gonna do that. I think it's going to have to be 3. Otherwise, it's just going to be so freaking huge. And I think it being huge in length might be better than being huge in width, if that makes sense. Like a long, skinny slot of real estate might be easier to manage than having to have such a like a deep, wide channel, because everything that we use in the vertical is stuff that I can't use in the vertical for smelting, and I need a lot of space for the smelting too. Alright, I think that's the plan. Alright, is that all the tracks from around here? I hope. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and especially like, you know, when you're doing it yourself and not pulling off blueprints, you know. I mean, I'm not against blueprints, don't get me wrong. I use blueprints. But, you know, maybe it's out there, but I haven't seen anything that big I don't know if nobody's ever done it before, just nobody that has done it has ever shared the blueprint. But, you know, for sure this is the biggest base that I've ever planned from the start. My last base got pretty big, but from the beginning I didn't really plan for that. It just kept growing and growing. Whereas this one I'm planning from the start to be 5K. So I'm trying to figure out on that scale what I need. And it gets daunting because it's a lot, man. I mean, just think about just like furnaces for steel. If you're going to have somewhere along the lines of close to 40K a minute iron. Excuse me, 40K a minute steel. I mean, that needs, I don't even know how many furnaces, but like somewhere along the lines of 1,000 or 2,000 freaking furnaces just for steel. I can look at my other base, it's close to that. And I think there's 170, I'm like closing my eyes and thinking, I think there's like 176 furnaces in each one. Ooh, I can't go any further than that. I got a train using that track. Alright, stop right there. So, you know, just as far as the bus making that much, it's kind of a lot. What mods are good for good train control? I mean, the only one I really know of, there's that, well, there's two. There's that, shoot, what's the name of it? Logistics Train Network, LTN, I think is what it's called. And then there is the, like, it's like an automatic train launcher. I can't remember the name of that one. I've had that mod installed. I've just never actually used it. But I don't think it controls the trains, per se. I think it just kind of, you set it like up in one place. So in other words, if you need 10 trains going to this outpost to this final destination, you say that you need 10 at this, with, you know, 2 engines and 5 carriages, and then that's what it, then that's what it makes, and it launches them like one after the next. But it's not really a controller per se. The only thing to control them is the signals that you put on the rails, as far as I know. Alright, so that's where our oil is coming up now. We don't really need that. I think I actually have that oil disconnected. So I can go past that for sure. But I want to go run up to the bus and grab a bunch of trains so I know how long this thing's got to be. So what I'm trying to fit on here is, and have it long enough for 3 trains and parking for 3 trains. And those trains are each 3x10s. So these are ore trains. And so I'm going to need 39 cars to fit on this track is what I need. Alright. So I need 9. Alright, 9. We could do 10, make it an even number. And then I need, how many of these did I just say? 30? Alright, give the bots a second to get those. No problem, man, anytime. How many did it bring? Probably doesn't have enough. Brought 2? 7? Really? That's it? Lovely. go up here and see what's going on. You don't have any gears, really? You should have gears. I know why you don't have gears. So what happened is I'm making gears on the bus, and so this this blueprint is from Catherine Sky. So what was happening is that this iron is coming off this belt, and then there was another inserter right here, like on this side. There was one facing this way like that, and it was putting iron on there that it should have been putting in iron, taking out gears, but I deleted the factory, the assembler here, and I'm using gears off of my bus instead, and so it was just putting freaking plate on there instead of gears. Alright, so where's that fact? There we go. I can put this if I have any. Nope, of course not. So I did up these so you can see how many of these things I'm making. The level 3s for when I'm going to start outposting stuff for assemblers. Any tips for the bus in early to mid game? I don't necessarily know that they're tips per se, but I mean I can tell you what I do. I don't know. I wouldn't vouch that it's the best way to do it, but if I zoom out here, you can see how many smelters there are. I mean, that's mostly what I see with people that are pretty new to the game, is that they don't build nearly big enough. You know, let me go up here, and if you look in my my video history, there's a playlist for real early real early game and how to start out. So I mean, what I see is people will make, you know, this many copper smelters and the same amount of iron smelters, and you know, they think that's enough to like get through the game. You know, and I did too. I mean, it's not anything against anybody. That I did the same thing when I first started, but I mean, what you really need is big columns. These should be 24 going down. Alright, so, and then 24 on this side. So, the reason for the number 24 is that when you're using yellow belts, alright, which is what we have underneath here, alright, and we use stone furnaces, 24 is how much this half belt can handle. So this full yellow half belt is enough to feed 24 smelters in yellow belts. If you upgrade this to red, then it's 24 is enough for steel smelters, steel furnaces. Okay, so that's why the number 24. It changes once you go to blue, but most people, by the time they get to blue, they're doing other things anyway. But you know, just build more. Build at least 4 and 4. So you have 4 full lines of iron and full 4 lines of copper. I did 6 copper, and I'm sending 2 of the copper straight into here, into my green circuits, and then I'm sending 2 more kind of cut off of here. So I have almost 4 lines of copper just for my green circuits, and then the rest of them are allowed to go down here and feed everything else. But I mean, but 90% of your copper is going to be used for green circuits anyway. So some people will debate whether or not to put what do you call it, gears on your bus or not. Some people like to do it, some people don't. I do it just because it on the bus, on a belt. So this one belt of gears is equivalent to 2 belts of iron. So it's like having this go down the bus and using it where I need it. It's like having 2 additional lines of iron available to me. So that's the debate, whether it's worth it or not. You know, and it's just what else you want to do on your bus. You know, you need to have all your basic building materials. You know, you got your stone, you got your brick, you got your batteries, your coal, which you see I'm short on, gears, iron, or steel, blue, red, and green circuits. Somewhere around here should be plastic. Plastic just goes to here. That's the last place I need it, which is for, I think, red circuits. You know, and then again, you gotta build big. If you want anything to happen in a timely manner, you gotta build pretty big. Like, see how long my red circuit array is? I mean, and that's not enough. You know, it's only enough really because I have a shortage of coal, which means I have a shortage of plastic. But if I had a full blue belt of plastic here, that wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't have enough yet. Alright. Let me see if I got enough. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. I have 5, 10 engines. Alright, so that should be enough. Get back down to where I was before. Hope that answered at least some of your question. I mean, there's a million tutorials out there. Yeah, so, and that's what the bus helps you with, because, you know, let's say I was, let me go on the map. Let's say I decided that I needed more red. Let's say I wanted to just work off my bus, right? I didn't want to do the outpost thing. I could, you see these are tileable, so I could just add another set of, what do we got here? 2, 4, another 10 red potions. And if I go into my blueprints, and if I look at my, see if I can find them. There we go. So in here, maybe this isn't the right one. Nope, wrong one. Here we go. So these are the ones that I use, and as you can see, if you look at the name of it, it's in the name how much they do per second. So the red one does 1.5 potions per second, assuming it's fed constantly. Alright, the green one does 1.5 per second. But this one, the blue one, only does 0.375 per second. So I would need 3, 4, call it 5 or so of these to equal the amount of red that I can put out. The same with I would need 2 of the purple. I would need 2 of the yellow to put out the same amount of science that this one red one does. So that kind of helps to kind of gauge how much, oh wow, this is going to have to be so much longer, to gauge how much you need. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh shit. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then 1, 2, 3. And then we need a light. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, and 3. And then a signal. So we're definitely going to have to go bigger than that. Wow. So the question is, am I going to landfill that entire freaking lake? Or am I going to build around it? So that'll be gone. I mean, this patch is already down to 8 million. I don't really want it over that far. I actually want it probably... Maybe I should start it down here. Alright. Let's get some track, and let's start it. Start it right here in this kind of clearing. Losing all my bots. Alright, I'm not even going to try to wait for them. I'm just going to go up and grab this other stuff. They'll catch up eventually. You know what, I was looking at all the patch notes and stuff like that for 16 coming out hopefully soon, and what I really can't wait for is the high-res little man, because when you zoom in close he looks horrible. So I'm really kind of excited to finally get a high-resolution character. It's like, you know, that's what you look at your entire game. I would think that would be one of the first things that they updated. All my bots are lost, huh? Wow. Come on, you dumb little bots. Give those bots a second to get here.
Are you recording?
Had somebody come in the house and the dogs were going a little crazy. Just figured it was a good opportunity to close the door and grab a little sip of water. Alright, bots, get all this stuff in the trees here for me, please. Alright. See if we gave ourselves enough room this time. Where'd all my other bots go? They got lost. So, The other thing I'm kind of looking at too is like, where can they get into this array? I mean, there's going to be a lot of traffic coming through here. So what I'm kind of looking at doing is maybe like over here, because this thing will come slide down from here. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough room. I'm gonna wind up landfilling so much crap. But maybe from on this direction they'll come in up here, then from this direction they'll come in down here to kind of break up the traffic a little bit. And then the exit's probably going to be somewhere down in here on this leg of the loop to kind of spread them out. Alright, let's put these down. Let's put our... That's going to go there. So this is going to have to be a little bit over. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then 1, 2, and 3. Let's just get rid of some of these trees so I can kind of see what I'm doing a little better here. Alright, and then this is going to have to be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 3, 1, 2, 3. And then a signal. I'm trying to leave a little extra space for the signals. I know the trains can pull up closer together. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But I don't want to make them too close, and then it doesn't work. Alright, there we go. We made it long enough this time. Cool deal. Alright. So, then that will come down like that. And I think that's about as close as I can get them and have signaling. Because we need quite a bit of signaling, actually. Because we're not going to just have the one line going down. We're going to have a butt ton. Alright, so let's get this built out. Can't get that part. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's parking for 30. Parking for 30. I think I need more. 31, 32, 33. No, I'm counting wrong. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 times 3, that's 45. Trains. I think we're going to have to say that that's enough to start with. know if it will be, but we'll see. I guess we'll find out how quick we can build a stacker too. I think I built one too many of these because this is getting to the point where it's kind of not even hard anymore. Alright, a couple signals in here. That one go in? Yeah, okay. Alright. Clear that out. It's going to use a lot of rail. Alright. Come on, bots, hurry up. It's a much better later game when you have bots on steroids and they're fast as heck. I've never built a stacker this big before. But hopefully, I'm actually worried it's not big enough, but is that it? Alright, so now signaling ought to be interesting. This side is going to be easy, but the top one obviously is shifted, so I'm not going to worry about the middle signals for right now. I'm just going to try to get all these tracks down. That's something I can worry about once I have some more trains on the line and they're moving around and all that happy stuff. Because this has to go basically, like, diagonal, like right here. I did kind of build this wrong too, because it's widening on the bottom on both sides. It should be shorter, it should be going the other direction. Oh well, I'm not going to sweat it. At least not right now. Maybe... I'm wondering if it's possible to make them go both up and down from the front. Like, can I split it up, like, a couple of them go up and a couple of them go down? They would need separate destinations then. Maybe. A little bit wrong on the way this is built. Kind of sucks. Trains. That's not what I want. What do I want? Modular, no. I got one in here for stackers somewhere. Stackers. These are not the right size. So that's what they should have done, was come in from the top. Maybe I'll switch that. I should probably fix it, right? So it'll be bugging me for, like, I mean, you know, I'll probably be on this map for another freaking 200 hours, and it'll be bugging me the whole time. Well, we got enough track, I guess. Hopefully. I hate having to make a second trip just to finish up, like, you know, 10 rails worth of freaking stacker or something. It's annoying as hell. You can tell when you've been building a lot when your batteries are almost dead. Almost there. Alright, I'm going to fix this little screw up here. Let's see. That's right. Alright. Why is this confusing me? I have no idea. I don't know why it matters, really. It probably doesn't, but I guess in a way it does. Like I said, it'll bother me if it does, if I don't fix it. Is that enough to signal? Hopefully that's enough to signal in there. Alright. That one did not want to go. Oh, come on, stop being difficult. Alright. So I'm given 2 lanes to get in. Because normally I don't really care so much about that. Like if it's in the blueprint, I'll go ahead and leave it there, but this time I want to have at least 2 different diverse areas that they can get in from. So I literally want to have this one going to a different location. So, it's going to be a little different than I normally do. Clean this up just a little bit. Sorry I'm not all that talkative when I'm doing all this, but it's kind of one of those things that it's tedious. Not difficult, just tedious. Get all this out of here and be just about done again. So if you're just joining, the goal here is 5K per minute science, including space science. And so I'm trying something a little different, something I haven't, I guess, done before, really haven't seen before, and that's to have all of my smelting done in one location for everything, for go there, for iron, for steel. I don't know if I should put it in that far back, but I'm hoping it's going to be okay. Should it go there? I'm a little worried. I'm going to move it up one. I guess those, well, those have another, whatever. So anyway, I'm going to have all of my smelting done in one spot for my iron, my steel, and my gears. And oh, this isn't enough space. Mother effer. That just makes me thrilled, let me tell you. Always something to make your day not happy. Alright, now... maybe they're too close. Maybe that's why I can't do it. I know I can get these in here. Just gonna be a bitch. Nothing like rebuilding something like 12 times to get it right, you know? You guys are probably rolling your eyes in the back of your head and being like, alright, screw this guy, I ain't watching him. But I will get it right in the end. All this will be alleviated if I just want to have one lane. It'd be a lot easier. But that's okay. We're doing two. I guess I gotta go one more back. Come on. Alright, now we're going to get it right, I think. Hope. And we're going to knock stuff over. Alright, let's try this yet again. Sorry my phone keeps going off in the background there. People are apparently trying to get a hold of me. don't really want them to get a hold of me, that is. Alright. I think now we should be potentially be okay. Let's see. Get that in. And we can get this in. So we should be good. Putting the signaling in as I go this time. I'm not even a perfectionist. Imagine if I was. All right. So I am going to end this here, and I will see you guys all next time. Thanks for watching. See you later.